Everybody at? Gloria here? Gloria, you're here. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? There's the broody chickens. That one right there. It's Clover. They all got names, y'all. Three peeps. Who's out there? Say howdy. Anybody? Here we are. There we are. Well, we got a full house today. I want to welcome you all in. One.
Morning.
Got one that showed up. Wait.
Keyfob, what's up, Robert?
There's another one.
Morning, Keyfob. Robert, Gloria, Brown, chicken.
It was just all keeping me in suspense as we was doing the intro.
That's what they're doing. Keeping you on your toes, Mo.
Yeah, we got an empty house. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very nice. Right. Hello. Echo.
Do we really?
No.
Don't be messing with me.
No. I'm saying because the empty house.
That's yeah. That I got you. Woo! You never say echo on a live stream.
I'll never do that again.
That's against the rules.
Against the rules. That's funny.
Hey, Keyfob. Yeah, we're freaking goofs, man. Yes, you're here, Gloria. That's awesome. You were first here today. Good morning. Hope everyone has a good day. I'm starting it off with
what's up, Landon?
You know, when you get something new, you kind of like hope somebody notices, and you kind of make it obvious that you're trying to show. Am I doing that?
Such a big cup of coffee.
What's that? Anybody had coffee this morning?
That's a big cup of coffee, Moto.
I could use a cup.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Morning, cowboy. How you doing today?
I feel like Mr. Bean up here. Dean. Mr. Dean. Yeah. Yeah, you want to throw that there again? We'll do that. Look at this picture. Anybody recognize that stuff?
Hey, who's that guy?
What the hell? That's an authorized coffee shop mug, huh?
Sure
I should sell these things, huh? Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? We'd all have coffee shop mug. Frogzilla, of course.
That's awesome.
They're awesome. Yeah, that was the first thing I ever bought from a channel. And took a little while, but it was worth the wait.
Oh,
I ain't complaining. I didn't need it tomorrow.
No.
I got it right on time.
I got it right on time.
Smirna coffee. Hey, yeah, Smirna coffee. Doesn't that sound like a brand, Smirna coffee?
Yeah. Good morning, cowboy.
Yes. I forgot about his channel existing with the fishing one. He's got a fishing channel.
Yeah.
Also, besides his three-wheel adventures, I think you do three-wheel, right? And I think I pinned it. I think I pinned your comment or your channel.
38 by Quick Shoe.
So if anybody wants to see a fishing channel.
Morning, Shadow.
We need some updates on that fishing channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be great.
Gloria says awesome cup.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Morning, Rob Benjamin.
Let's see, content.
Getting set up a plastic shed this morning when my help shows up.
Cool,
cowboy, nice. You are correct, Moto.
Yeah, I see it now up there. I had to go check.
For cowboy.
Making sure I wasn't nuts.
Cowboy.
Frog had a video put out with Lolly last night. So yeah, he's good. We've seen him.
It was just him though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing asking the phone questions about this or that, and
yeah.
kind of strange stuff, you know, to ask something that's not like you or I. You're asking kind of like talking to a Ouija board or something, you know what I mean?
But it measures like barometric pressure and
What does?
temperature, and it
Oh,
takes it
yeah.
takes a lot of things into consideration.
Yeah. If I ever catch any, it looked like you did just fine with the banjo minnow.
Yeah, he was doing good with it.
Let's just serenade him right on in here.
Damn.
Dude. Like the one, like they said, we ain't going to catch nothing with artificial bait in here. You can catch artificial bait anywhere.
Yeah.
But people ain't having luck. And they want to use live bait. That's a different thing. Yay, Sterling morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Sterling morning. Did I just say Sterling morning? I think I called
Sterling morning.
Sterling morning.
Sterling morning.
Hey, it's a
Hey, American Outlaw.
American Outlaw. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, bro. How are you doing, man?
I love the banjo.
Yeah, I've
Keith
never
Fox,
used one. I'd like to have the
blues mean anything to you?
Jackson Flying V or the Les Paul minnow would be kind of cool. I'd rock that.
Yeah.
I'd
Does the
rock
company lose? What does lose mean anything to you?
that.
Those Papa Bach you're talking about.
Never heard of a Lou. I had like 4 sets of them. The old banjo minnows. They have a system.
He's talking to key fob. Yeah, STD. Fishing gear.
Okay.
Never be a master fisher until you master baiting.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, have you had a chance to throw those baits I sent you?
Ray.
Hey, Ray, have you had a chance to throw those baits I sent you?
He's concentrating. Leave him alone.
Do what?
What we got here?
Read this. Can you read the screen?
Oh, hey Ray, have you had a chance to throw it? No, I'm going
That's from Key Fob. I don't know what that is.
May the 11th through the 16th. Me and my uncle gonna do a guys week. Just me and him. We're going down to Lake Oconee and we're gonna fish every day, all day, and I'm gonna wear them out.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. We'll try to make a video out of it.
That's a cup of coffee, by the way, with all the powder on top.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's after minute. Yeah, after dinner mint powder is what that is.
Nice.
I forgot to stir it. You got to use a stick.
Yeah, a stick.
That's powdered cream. Powdered cream.
Up.
Thank you, man. What is this? Lose. I see some lose here. What is this? Is that a fishing bag or something? What is it?
That's where
that's a bag of some sort.
Delivering, I think.
Yeah.
Where he's delivering for, he's picking up for and delivering.
This is key fob, so he sent me that.
Yeah, they're located in Georgia or something. A distributing center or something in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. It looks new. Got a lifetime guarantee. Okay.
Oh my God.
What exactly it's for, I don't know. Backpack.
Backpack.
Could be a tackle box. Could be something to throw on the back of your bike. You know, it's a lot of uses that could. Let me know if you have any luck. Yeah. Hear that, Ray? I think you know, I wanted to send you when you send me whatever. I thought you might or whatever. If you do send me that stuff, cowboy, I'll send you back a sticker or something too, and a nifty little note, maybe. Whatever else, a piece of gum. I don't know, something.
Piece of gum.
Yeah, that's terrible. I know. No, but I would rock. I'll make a video and do the whole thing of me, and I'll make sure I catch something on what you send. That's the least I could do. I'll keep throwing that stuff till they bite. I'm kind of like stubborn like that anyway. I used they called it a brush hog. And what was funny is I was looking at brush hogs the other day at the bait store and I wanted Senkos though. So I was like, I ain't getting those dang brush hogs. And I ended up having one tied on from who knows last summer. So I threw that when I went out. And of course, that's what I caught the fish on.
No
So,
shit.
so I should have went and just bought, and I didn't catch it. Well, I got bit on the Senko a couple times, but line broke. The other one got off at the boat. You know, those
Yeah.
stories. Those stories.
Yeah.
The
I
one
will,
that got
cowboy.
away. Good morning, AU. AU.
Huh?
AU. AU.
Hey you. Hey you.
AU.
What's up,
That was
Buck?
awful nice of Papa Bikers to give me a shout out.
Yeah, on what, on their vid?
No, he was out on the ride. He just I want to give a shout out to Gregory Rides. Y'all
Hell
go
yeah.
there. Here's his link.
That is nice, man. I love doing shout outs myself. I'd be thinking about everybody all the time out there usually.
Yeah.
You know, when you're out motovlogging, you're thinking about all the things you've been talking about motovlogging. So when you're thinking of things to talk about, it's like, well, what have you been talking about lately? Well, I've been talking with most of the community, you know, almost a lot every day. Lou's is a tackle company as well. See, that's what I was thinking. Thank you, cowboy. We got to that. It's pretty rugged looking. Yeah. Tough.
I know I got one coming out on the 21st. Our chapter ride where I had you on live.
Right? Yeah.
It's already been done. Advent key fob. Sorry, Mr. Gregory.
Yeah, do that again when you go, or if you go. You got one coming up, Ray?
What's that?
Chapter
Video?
Chapter ride. No, a chapter ride. Yeah,
Oh no, we did it the other day. But I got it coming out on the 21st.
Ah. Yeah, today is the talk and ride day, and I was not notified yet or whatever, and I'm sure you got it out. I saw Blue Bike and Doyle, and I usually see yours right after or right beside it or right before it, and I haven't seen it yet. So
I shared it. It was out. It was out right on time at 3 a.m.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I missed that. And I saw who else? I saw what else was in my feed. The morning show with either Ray Moto or Retired Rider, whoever did it this morning. I don't even know. I just go in and click on them because they're both one and the same, you know. And I mean that in a good way. So, see if you're up here still. I still don't. There you are. Hump Day with Ray, number 1. It's in my number 1. There we are. Yeah,
I want to do
oh, it's not my number 1. It's because I went to your site. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
I went right to your site. I was thinking, let's see what happens when we go right to my home. What's going to pop up? We got Snore Lord. Bandy Neve. I don't know who that is. I recognize it, but Motor Ramblings. Why is not Ray Gregory not up here? I see that's the stuff that makes you go about YouTube sometimes, and like there you are. You're like way down here, and you're like one I've clicked on every one of your videos since day one, and you know what I'm saying. That should be there, you know. They
Book has a link out for
and I already
who remember something ride or something.
I do. I do.
Sorry. He's got a link for us to share. You're saying sick?
In the comments.
We will. We're just going to take a quick look at the intro on this here and
do. So let's get out and ride and talk about it. We had them storms come through last night. It dropped the temperature down a little bit, but it's bearable. It's on the verge of having to put a coat on, and I'm not going to put a coat on.
Yeah, well, there we go. There's a little teaser for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will check out Buck Brown's link as well. We got raise the new
Yeah, I go get my brake pads.
vid.
I'm gonna make a goose around in the
Garage?
garage.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
What's up, Carney?
Connie, good morning.
What's up, Ghost?
Buck Brown.
Used to be known as Rolling Thunder. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna take a look at Buck's link. Buck has a link. How far back is this link? There, not too bad. That's bearable. I got it.
Ugh.
Rolling to remember. Ah,
Yeah.
rolling to remember. Not that kind of rolling either. Sick. Got There we are. I hope you aren't running a live load. If you are taking lose, you will be there a while. Running a live load.
Likely be sent to.
I'm lost in that combo.
Yeah, well, they're Sterling's going to Georgia. Is basically
Gotcha.
the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Oh, Sterling's in my neck of the woods.
Oh man. Well, whatever phone holder you have, or do get tether. Tether. I'm gonna tether mine.
Oh, you know
Mine?
something? I found those tethers you were talking about, Moto.
Oh, the red ones with
Strings,
the thinner.
yes.
Mm-hmm. That got
I was
cord.
going through my stuff and I was like, this is what he's talking about.
Yeah, they came with the GoPros. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, who wants this shit? What's this stuff for?
Yeah,
You know, it's like that
exactly.
extra stuff you
I
get with you.
know.
Yeah, you get with your stuff. You're like, well, I don't want a little cutesy thing hanging on. Oh, I guess, if you're holding your hand, you're hanging over the side of a building, right?
Yeah.
And you got your GoPro in your hand. What if you slip? Oh, keep your GoPro right there. You don't drop 50 stories. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the one, but I've been using it lately, the scissor ones that are basically useless, but I gotta use that rubber back. I don't know which one to. They're way overpriced. I go on eBay, find one that looks good, made of metal, and I'll be happy with, and some have some tight springs that'll hold on. And
Yeah, I could try to send Robert. I could try to send you a what kind
a
of
link.
It's actually a picture of the box of the phone holder.
Okay, so this is the link that Buck said. It said on Sunday, a Memorial Day weekend, 2025, for the 37th consecutive year, thousands of patriotic motorcyclists from across the nation will converge on our nation's capital to once again let it be known that they will never forget. Little thing to roll with them. So the link's out there. Go read the whole works for yourself if you're interested. Sounds like a good deal. I can't make it, but it's nice to know it's out there and people are being thought of. Mm-hmm. Oh, James, good morning to you, James. James Kelly. That's the third morning in a row. I've been counting.
Yeah.
I've been taking your inventory. I don't know. I just remember the name now because you come in the other day.
Back, Moto.
Maybe it's 2 days. I don't remember. What is today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, he might have came in on one of your lives too, because I've only had 2 lives this week, so I'd be lying if there was 3. Innocent mistake. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Sick. And whatever you use to secure. Yeah. I always get those little rubber things that you put on the back of the mount, and then you fold the deal over on all 4 corners. It's kind of a pain in the butt. There's much better things out there, but that's a cheaper way to do it. I'm just not going to pay what those quad locks want. And then you have to have a special thing for your phone sometimes. And they're like $150. But, if you got a $1,000 or more phone, I guess, it makes sense to invest money on it. But still, like, come on. I ain't trying to throw money away. Just keep it in my pocket. But when you need to find yourself to go somewhere, you know, need to watch a screen telling you directions, you know, you might be going down the wrong road. You're supposed to go get lost on your motorcycle and enjoy it.
Supposed to. That's the point of having a motorcycle.
Yeah, you know, no direction.
I personally enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I started using my bike for other things too. You know, you commute and I go to this place. Let me go find that, you know, in downtown, you know, it's kind of handy. Go to the doctors. I go to the dentist on my motorcycle, you know. I do everything on the motorcycle that I can.
Shut up.
You love the Ram? Yeah, that's the Ram. Which one am I thinking? What's the one with the scissors ones? They've been around a long time and they do this. And just little metal arms with those big bubbled, tapered knobs that are on there that fall off all the time.
Yeah.
It's not the Ram. Is the Ram one the $100 one? They got a quad. Yeah, the Ram is the scissor one, I think. Yes.
But I tell you one thing about getting lost on the bike. You can't get lost. I've tried the whole bunch.
Yeah.
Because you're going to wind up somewhere.
Yeah. Get your bearings. Dragging the tank today. What do they call that? Yanker, something. Hazardous material. Milk. Use it for music only. Yeah. I guess you got to swap through some songs once in a while. I think I can convince STD to stick around and play Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Wow. Is he going to be there? Is that like you guys going to connect up? Is that what's happening? Those are the Ram mounts. Okay. I'll be quiet.
What do we got going on?
Hold on. Not much. Are you going to see Keyfob today? I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the chat.
Oh, I'm 700 miles away, so I won't get to Georgia till
No
tomorrow
Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Sorry, Fob. Just roll the dice the other way.
Yep.
20 others. How you feeling, man?
So where you at, Sterling?
Springfield, Missouri. I hung out with my good friend Steve, and we went and checked out Bass Pro #1, numero uno, the corporate store.
The man.
And absolutely unbelievable. I rank it right up there with Disneyland when I was a kid. Like
wow.
This is now my Disneyland.
Bigger than your normal Bass Pro Shop.
Oh yeah, and it's got museums and it's got an aquarium and it's got it's just and the gun collection there. They have a gun museum. It's sponsored by the NRA, I believe, and they literally have guns from the 1400s on up. Easily $20 million in guns.
Wow.
But we had a good time and went to a Brazilian steakhouse. I'd never been to one of those before where the dude just walks around and throws meat at you. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
That's awesome. There was one in Jersey I went to.
I thought you fixed that you had a Brazilian wax.
No, not while I'm on the road. I wait till I get home for that one.
Nice.
So where in Georgia you coming?
Jeffersonville.
Jeffersonville.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. Early 2000. That was one of my biggest bass I'd ever caught at the time. You know, you start counting your bass when you go bass fishing. I get 3-pounder, 4, and this was like 7.5, something like that.
Good times.
Yeah, and you talking about the tank, and they got a tank in here, and if you had a nice big fish, you bring it up there, and they will put it in the tank for you. I knew a guy that worked there, and because I fished with them in tournament, and he helped me out a lot, and so I brought it up there and put my fish in the tank in the aquarium.
So you can go back and visit your fish that you caught.
You could, yeah. He's not there no more, but yeah. Yeah, there he
That's
is.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
They had this giant gar, which I've never seen one
Oh, they're
like. That dude was like 8-9 foot long.
dude. I've seen him so big beside the boat. In fact, I saw him last fishing trip. I saw a gar, the needle nose, and
Uh-huh.
and they're back in the shallows, and I'd see schools of them sometimes. Like they're like I got a 14-foot, 15-foot boat, and I swear some of them look like the same size when they swim by you. It was just incredible. I was like,
Unbelievable.
yes,
I really I'm so excited to see that they still have the crazy metal flake paint jobs on bass boats today.
Nice.
Like that was an 80s and 70s kind of thing. You know, choppers have that kind of the real deep metal flake. And
Mhm.
I sat there, I was almost
Body.
there for an hour looking at one boat, and the pinstriping was perfect and the clear coat was perfect. Like whoever's painting these boats, these tracker boats,
Yeah,
they're an absolute artist. That had to have been a $20,000 paint job.
sparkles. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffersonville is other side of Macon, off right there off of 16.
Okay, I haven't looked up where it's going to a Twigs, DC. I don't know what
Yeah,
Twigs
Twiggs
is.
County. Yeah, that's about 3 hours from me. Probably 15 miles from Key Fob.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
Buck
maybe a
Brown
little
was saying
more.
that Key Fob might have worked there at one time.
Jabs you get, Robert.
But yeah, I'm gonna do probably 400 or 500 miles today, and then do the rest of the trip tomorrow. It doesn't
Yeah.
deliver until the 18th, I think, or something. It doesn't deliver till what? Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Today's
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it delivers Friday, but if I can get it delivered early, then I can capitalize on it. I'm out here trying to make some money.
You like the descendants of Frank Zappa, I would imagine. Sterling Dweezil.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dweezil's friggin' awesome.
He's on tour.
His all of his knowledge of like Van Halen and everything
Oh, yeah.
is just absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Looks like I might be loaded, kids. I'll catch up to you in a
Okay.
bit.
All right. Take care, man.
How you doing, brother?
No, 5 minutes. Key Fob 5 minutes.
Good morning, John. Yeah, man. Good to see you. Good to hear you guys this morning. That's Ray Moto, and I think you're the only two that say that are on that one.
Sterling winds up having to hang out at a truck stop somewhere down there. I might try to go down and meet up with him.
Yeah. That'd be a nice mission to meet up. I was hoping to meet up with him a while ago, but it was a little far off, and we didn't stay communicated very well. And he just had to go. When you're trucking and you're trying to do stuff, you got places to go, deadlines. There ain't no planning, no
Yeah.
fun sometimes, unless you're down. Like if he'd have been down for 48 hours here, or the 36 that they do, then that might have been doable. But when you're in between loads and you got another one scheduled, it's go haul ass. You ain't got 20, 30 minutes or an hour to wait. That DC is right off of 16?
Yeah, he's right there at 16.
Rick and Morty reference. Okay. Yeah, I'm lost on some of those. I guess Sterling left. Yep. All right. Nothing in here for us, really. Just
Key
He
Fob
quit last week.
personal
said you would.
conversations. There you go. EB, good evening to you. Evening. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Nice to see you, EB. The Huddle House is likely to stop at is where. Oh, that is where your son worked at. Oh, good morning, Thomas. Good to see you. Good, Thomas Bailey saying good morning to everybody here. So,
What's up, Thomas? My man.
Yes.
I like Thomas, man. He comments on everything I do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can count on his comments.
Everywhere. The everywhere man. Yeah. You in the Philippines now? You got it back home. Gosh, that's been like
Hey, EB, how you doing, huh?
Yeah, ever since I've known EB, she has not been home. He's been somewhere else working
Yeah, I
to make
watch her
things
stuff.
to make things right at home.
She's been
And
putting
now
stuff out pretty regular.
now she's out back at home, which is great. Good for you, EB. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that happens for you. It could. There's Ray Moto Life. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I was just checking on your new Shure mic, like this little mic I got here. If you go to their website, they might have a little thing you can download that will help you find, not that you need to, but help you fine tune your mic if you want to play with some interesting settings. That's all. I don't even get to use that software because I go through the soundboard. If you go through the soundboard, it's not USB, it's the XLR cable. So I don't know. You probably got both on you can use an XLR cable on your new Shure as well, but it is USB compatible. I don't know. I was just excited for you to get a mic. You spend a lot of time doing live streams, and I know it's fun for you. It's like having a new toy. And you sounded good this morning. Salty Badger, Thomas is a solid supporter for sure. Very, very much so. 4 days home, EB. Yeah, was your trip nice? How long is that from China to there? It couldn't have been too long. 8 hours. Who knows? Maybe more. I can't judge. 10. It is a little ways. Yeah, summer. And it's like Dave is below you. Australia. Right? In Australia below the Philippines. Philippines must be somewhere close to the equator or a little bit north of it. And Dave is south of the border. South of the equator. Yes, you do, Thomas. Well, you just come out and hang out with and talk to who you like to talk to, you know. And this is where we gather, places like this, and raise and rabbit holes and communities and morning shows, whatever. There's a lot of them out there. Only 2 hours from Hong Kong. Okay, so that's not real bad. But you don't get to go back very often, even though it's that short. I know it costs a lot of money, I'm sure. 2 hours is good. I was thinking it was a bigger trip for you.
Hello.
You was not a fan of Hong Kong,
Hello?
were you there?
Hey,
I would,
okay. All right.
just gonna wait for Ray.
What did they say?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait.
mute you quick, Ray. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Hong Kong, Tokyo, something like that to experience the Orient, I guess. Philippines. My son's been to the Philippines. He married a Filipino lady, and we have Filipino / American grandbabies. I don't get to ever see them, which sucks. We were in Hong Kong for a week. I hated the crowds, selling suits every 3 feet. It was like when I went to, I don't know about suits, but like, oh, sorry, Ray, here, you done. I just muted you real quick because I was talking. But when we went to Mexico, like, if you're in a touristy area, especially, like it was just right across the border, you're going to get slammed with people selling all their goods. Like you can't walk nowhere without having to ignore people. Because if you talk to everyone, it'll take you 30 minutes to go a block. If that's what you're talking about. I don't know if it was like that. Yeah, it says, America heat Hong Kong, China. I know America. Hate. Oh, hate Hong Kong, China? I don't know. I don't think so. Is that something? I don't think so. If they do, it's a media influence thing. I don't think so. You'll never leave the US? Maybe, yeah. We were there before the COVID hit. Oh, because of that? Yeah, that's hate mongering stuff. Most all the government and media crap, just like with anything. Uh, Pick a subject and they're going to make it like it's hateful and get us all gossiping about crap. Like, take a look at your own stuff, take care of yourself, and be happy. Share some of that. Hong Kong isn't actually China, from what I recall. Yeah, no reason to. Exactly. Rob's neighbor's saying hello to you, EB. Rob's a very cool dude. All of Rob's are cool. Everybody's cool. Just if you happen to be up and on the comment here, I'm gonna say good things because you're here. Oh, where did Sick go? I didn't see that he left.
He just walked off.
Yeah. Who knows? I hope everything's okay. That's all. Ray Moto says they just don't want us to realize we work better together than apart, but they want to keep us apart. That's a big thing right there. It is, man. Sterling, you're back. How you doing, bro? What's going on?
Hey, we are all loaded, secured, got a seal on the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Academy Limited, One Academy Drive in Jeffersonville. So I think Bob knows where I'm going.
Hey, Sterling, if you wind up having to stay overnight or something at a truck stop, let me know. I'll come down and say hey to you.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier. That's really the only time you get time to make a visit. In between runs is not very optimal at all.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the way the economy is running right now, and the trucking economy and market and stuff, I've got to run hard. I've got to run fast. I've got to run stupid.
You got to stay on the road to make money.
Because right now
you ain't making no money.
And there's very little time for professionalism anymore. So, because there's a lot of cheaters that are out here. There's guys out here that they're drugged up. They're not using driver's logs. They don't speak English. It's an absolute bloodbath out here right now.
That's terrible. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to I know you don't, but I mean you pre-trip usually every morning or whenever you're first to the run, but like when you leave each place, unless you're alerted about something, you don't have to go check everything again, do you? Imagine you do though, like your tires, make sure they're not jacked.
Always do a walk around, look for puddles. Smell is a huge thing you need to be aware of, because if you have an axle seal that's leaking, you'll smell it. You'll smell brakes. So you've always got to, your senses always have to be alert. And I know you've always said that it seems like what I do for a living, your head's on a swivel, and there's so much coming into your eyeballs all the time. And anymore, I'm just like, whatever.
It's no different riding a motorcycle.
Kind of.
I think it's identical. I don't think there's any difference, because I catch myself leaning in the seat in turns. I'm like,
I do the same
Are you
thing.
dragging knee? I see. Open the door. Drag
open the door, dragging knee.
You need to get a camera out there and actually do that, man. Trucker drags knee on corners.
I didn't think.
That's the best. It can bring you some real food. Trying to butter up there a little bit, Sterling. I'm gonna get you a homemade meal.
Oh, don't talk to me about homemade meals, especially from the South. Oh my God. There's no customer service on the West Coast at all. Like any restaurant you walk into or anything, they're just like, yeah, get a seat, whatever.
All right,
but you come to the Midwest or you go to the South, and like people call you hey, good to see you, or every woman calls me sugar or honey, and I'm like,
Sugar.
oh,
Sugar.
why do I bother living on the West Coast?
I know, right? All right, hun.
Oh, you will get a $50
Mm-hmm.
tip every time you
Yeah.
call me sugar.
I
Giant
don't think
lizards.
people run paper log books anymore.
Yeah.
Only in emergencies, because the government wants to track everybody.
Customer service here sucks. Red Lady agrees with you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
good to see Red Lady in the house. She's actually
Yeah.
home right now.
Ooh. Man, this has got to be somewhat helpful for getting you through and having some gatherings and doing some live streams yourself. A little bit of content that you get a chance to make while you're on the road help pass that downtime and
It does, and listen, I've got my drone nearby right now, sitting here on the floor. I've got my little head recorder, my little Mini 11.
oh yeah, yeah,
So,
your fave
so yeah, so anytime I'm feeling like I don't want to
going
film something, I just strap it on my head, press the button, and I just go.
go see what happens.
Yeah,
Well, that's a neat
it,
way
it
too, because it's reality there. You're not planning a gig. It's
no,
just boom.
and it's very difficult to edit. But now I've got kind of a little like a template. So you'll see the intro, Sterling Trucking delivers the heavy metal music, and then
Yeah.
boom, I just roll into a scene, and then I put
Mm-hmm.
transitions between the scenes. I'm filming at the most I film maybe 5 minutes at a time,
Yeah.
depending on if my ramble is worth listening to.
It's yeah.
And then I do a time lapse and put some music to that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm at a little bit of a creative block, a writer's block, because the last video that I filmed was me dealing with some depression over the weekend, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much of that I actually want to show the world.
Yeah.
So there might be another intermission type episode, like I did with Snorlord's video,
Yeah.
before I released that one. But
You prob-
to be honest with you, I almost quit on Monday. I almost turned this
yeah.
truck in.
Yeah. When you get that down, sometimes you feel that way, and then you're like, well, then what do I do? So I don't know, man.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
there's a
feel for you,
channel.
bro.
There's a channel that I watch on YouTube called Active Self Protection,
Mhm.
and the guy goes over, shooting videos and cops, their badge cams and stuff like that, and we stop and we look at the lessons of the shooting or whatever that's going on. It's
Yeah.
hosted by a man. His name is John Correa,
Uh-huh.
and he was actually a pastor at one time,
Right.
so he's very easy to listen to, and he says like anytime there's a big tragedy like a school shooting or something like that, mass murder event here in America, he won't do a video on it for at least 72 hours,
Yeah.
because the first day everyone's panicking. We
Yeah.
want numbers, we want to see blood, we want to see pain and agony and all that. The
Super
first day
sensitive too.
is all emotion and
Yeah.
blame and fingers pointing in all directions. But he says anytime there's a tragic event, wait for 72 hours before developing an opinion or trying to analyze it, because
Yeah.
by then we all know the truth. People have either been caught or jailed or arrested
Mm.
or whatever, and that applies to what I'm doing in the trucking industry right now, where last week was an absolute bloodbath. Like there's no reason, there's no logical reason for somebody with my experience in the industry and the ability to work on the truck and all that. There's no reason for me to stay doing this when
Yeah.
I'm not making any money. And I almost quit. And I went through
Yeah.
a really tough weekend and reached out to a bunch of good people. And 72
Yeah.
hours later, I'm here in Springfield, Missouri, hanging out with my good friend Steve and
Yeah.
enjoying life. And it can always
Making
get
money?
better.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was
72 hours later, I'm
yeah. Different.
okay.
Different. Yeah. Yeah. Mindset and stuff like that. It helps for the emotional end, that's for sure. Um, is it just more of a you not being patient and having a lot of few things going down and and affecting like how you feel? Because
I don't
'cause of-
have the money in the
or is
bank
it
right now to be
virtually
patient.
impossible to make the money, or is it just looking like that? Like you just have an unfortunate set of circumstances, is what I'm trying to say. Which you
Right
kind of did
now,
starting out.
Yeah, right now everything I do is a lateral move. I'm not improving.
Yeah.
So, but
Will 6 months
let's
make a difference, or you can't survive 6 months? I mean, there's
yeah.
I'm asking you impossible questions. I apologize, man.
No,
I know I don't mean to be
and listen,
interviewing you, but
it was 6 weeks, and we're 4 weeks through that.
yeah.
And then after that, it's going to be 6 months. And if I'm making enough money and Red Lady wants to quit her job and join me, she can.
Yeah.
Um,
Which would
and
up
then
your income and chance of doing better through all this time, and especially the way the industry is.
if she wants to learn how to drive this truck, I have a few avenues that we can take. I can work for like show promotions and stuff like that, deliver stuff like that. I still have a few connections in the industry, so if I have a good team, me and her,
Yeah.
It doubles my money
Yeah.
instantly.
You keep the money train rolling that way.
Yeah.
And
And not
you
only
don't get
that,
to see each other that
it
much.
would be fun because
Yeah.
and it would be fun because I don't know if you kids remember that Taylor Swift last year gifted every one of her truck drivers $100,000. And all they did was drive and deliver the crap, and then they hang out at the show, and then when the show's over, they haul it to another location. That sounds like the life to me.
Taylor Swift, that has nothing to do with the Swift trucking, does it?
No.
I know.
Yeah.
The total opposite.
She doesn't go careening off the road Swifty. At random efforts,
Let's see. Red Lady
but,
says, I remember. She said, I remember being raised with manners that doesn't exist anymore. And if I didn't address adults as Mr. and Mrs., my parents would slap me upside my ditto, all that stuff. Like, and you don't embarrass your parents in public. You don't make a nuisance of yourself in the store. That was just like, no, it was a tight ship, and you learned your stuff. You learned how to treat people if you wanted to get good results back and not be a common.
Yeah, but talking about that, back then, people just look at y'all, he deserved it. Nowadays, they'll call the police.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how America's changing, right?
Yeah, man.
In small ways, and start with the family, and
well, it used to be, kids were seen and not heard, and now it's, kids seem to rule the world.
Yeah. A train at 40. Yeah. Did you hear that? Salty said there was a horrific. Let's go back. Had a guy got hit by a train on the tracks about 10 yards behind the shop. CNN investigators, sheriff's office picked up the security. Came gruesome footage, and he said, "Will not upload and share." Like you won't personally, but I'm sure they can only show so much. It's not necessary. There's shit happens. It's terrible.
And we live in a society where
Dirty
we're not
laundry.
worried about that person and how they died or how the train hit them or anything. That we're like, let's get this on the internet, make some money.
Yeah. Did I get any likes for this?
Yeah.
Hey, I could go viral. That's kind of it. It's kind of it. I try to watch my brain and how it is. Like, who cares? What do these things? What have they done to suit a purpose to make my life?
We've become a society of pansies and tattletales.
Tattletales.
YouTube love doom and gloom.
Yeah.
You just get burned out. Evidence-based. What did Rob say? Love that channel. I taught the CCW classes for years. Got burnt out, but evidence-based. John is great.
Yep.
Okay. Robert says, I watch to see the bad guys get theirs. Yeah, man.
Yeah, anytime you hear off-duty police officer in Brazil, it's going to be a good, video.
Yeah.
But we are loaded, and I need to go find some fuel and save. It's my duty to save America today, so I want all of you to just sit at home and relax.
Yeah. On the other hand, do you see people? I know you do. It's a dumb question, but You see people take risks getting out in front of you like every day,
In a
driving
10-hour
out and turning it in front of you.
in a
Mhm.
10-hour shift on average, there are 3 people that risk their lives around me
Yeah.
every single day.
And there you go. People taking risks all the time. They're always
And
going to, and they're going to do it with you on your motorcycle too. So don't forget that. So never trust nobody in an intersection,
yeah,
especially.
most of the time it's merging traffic. They're scared to merge onto the freeway.
Yeah.
And I see them. Like, listen, if I see somebody pulling onto the freeway and they got their turn signal on, and I see them turn their head, or okay,
Working it.
I'm gonna slow down and let you on.
Help
There's no
them. Yeah.
harm in that. But when I see cold white knuckle, never look in the mirror, no turn signal, trying to get on the freeway, I'm not going to go out of my way to merge
Accommodate.
when I have the right of way to accommodate
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people wind up
I
riding the
know.
shoulder next to me, and I
Yeah.
just take it.
Hey, that's
It's
good for your tires.
yeah.
Tire test.
Yeah, listen. I've rented Toyota Camrys. I know they're 300 horsepower nowadays. Get on the gun.
Yeah.
There's no speed limit on an on ramp. If you want to merge into traffic at 100 miles an hour, it's totally legal. Trust me, I'm a professional.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
47 miles an hour is usually when people merge onto the freeway.
It can be that way, chasing ghosts. She's talking about a lot of isolation and depression in a padded cell on wheels. I know you can get in
Yeah.
that mindset that you've been there, especially if the money ain't going right and things are weird and you're away from your home again. Stuff like that
Yeah.
can affect your emotions.
Because I'm not getting famous and I'm
Mhm.
not getting rich. So what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
You're getting infamous.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
You need a good trip back home soon. Get on the Traeger, go outside, do some shooting, do some shitties or donuts out in the desert, wherever you're at there.
Motor
and
vlog.
you
I need a motorcycle
motor vlog.
underneath me.
Need a good dose of everything. You'd be all right.
Yeah, and that's the plans. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go to Georgia, and then I'm going to go back up to Michigan, I think. I'm going to grab the trailer that'll allow me to do the West Coast, because right now my trailer doesn't have skirts. And California is, supreme leader of everything in the environment.
That costs you money not having that.
What does skirts do? Does that keep the cars out? Does that keep the aerodynamics?
No, it's all about aerodynamics, because underneath the trailer, the wind's going underneath the truck and it goes underneath the trailer and it causes turbulence. With those skirts, it helps direct the air away from underneath the trailer. It creates an area of low pressure.
Less drag.
And less drag.
Yeah, which
That's
better
all
fuel economy, which is what you want, right?
Those skirts have to be installed correctly. So they can't be exactly perpendicular with the side of the trailer. They need to be like arrow shaped. So anytime you see a trailer that's got the skirts that are, right behind the landing gear and it's perfectly straight down the sides, those skirts aren't doing a damn thing. It's got to have like an arrowhead to the front of it, and it helps suck the air out from underneath the truck.
Instagram.
And it's better for driving in the wind as well. You won't see the trailer tip over as much. But I am loaded. I need to get out of here. I hope you kids have a good day, and I will catch you later.
Super.
I might go live. I might go live later today when I get bored.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, man. It was a pleasure.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye. Always a great visit.
Always.
I love when Sterling gets time to stop in and talk. That's for sure. Yeah. All right.
I had a
we got a screen share here from Salty. Sorry, Sick. Go ahead.
I had a walk. I had the FedEx truck pulled up, so I had to distract all the dogs into the kitchen, which I did successfully.
That's where you. Mm-hmm.
And I was not muted, and I brought them.
Sorry, I could have
to the kitchen, distracted them while the package was delivered.
You did a good job.
And then I came back out and realized I needed a coffee.
So that's right out the back door of Salty. If I could blow it up, I would. But right about in here is the train tracks. Right, yeah, so it's got a little bit of grass, small ditch worth size of a few trees, and then the train tracks. So that's where the accident happened, apparently, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
or around him. Yeah.
that's crazy.
So, let's see, where else are we here? Let's see if we can.
I think I'm gonna make some toast. Oh,
Yeah.
something. I need something.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Ray, you got any word on what you got upcoming for your day yet, or are you still in limbo?
Yeah, she called and said, "Don't be in no hurry. They going to the Cracker Barrel and eat breakfast."
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'll go up here in a little while, pick them up from her work, and I'm gonna go down to Conyers, get my brakes, and come home and work on my bike and
Yeah. Fresh
do
break.
goofing around in the garage video. And
Goof around the garage. That's what I call myself when I'm the goofball in the garage. That's
I made one the other day. I kept saying dicking around. I said, and I go, no. I said, that's Doyle, Blueback and Doyle. I said, I get doing this. I
yeah.
get thinking about him, and he's dicking around in the shed,
Yeah.
and I'm fooling around in the garage.
Damn. Oh, so Salty, you went out there to investigate the scene too, huh? Yeah, that's not a good visual. Yeah, make you
No.
feel, I'm sure, depressed for a few days, really seeing stuff like that, because you're
Yeah,
like,
it's
damn,
horrible.
you put yourself in that position. Like, that could be anybody, either or I mean, that's where my brain goes. Like, gosh, yeah, I got to really be
Yeah,
Did it
back in
careful.
my
end up
younger
being an accident or was it a suicide?
Yeah.
back in my younger days, I drove a tow truck. We towed for the county, and
Yeah.
some of the stuff I seen,
Yeah.
I
Whoa.
just can't get it out of my head, man. I mean, just
Yeah.
baby. I mean, I just I ain't gonna.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
Yeah,
couldn't do stuff like that. Murder investigations and what like detectives
yeah,
do. They got like, how do you get numb to that, and then what does it do
yeah.
to you as a person? How do you separate your work from your real life? And
Well,
yeah, it's
I
terrible.
actually quit the job because I just got tired of seeing all the death, and
Yeah.
and wasn't for me.
Yeah, nope. Nope. Quick shoe, happy, go lucky. Man, put some pep in my step this morning. Thank you, Quick
Yeah,
shoe.
quick shoe got to life.
Yeah, go hop in the hot tub, take a ride to nowhere. Plan some trips. It sounds like a good deal, and all on your Harley. Woo! Guns and Baggers. Good morning to you, brother. How you doing? Hope you don't mind me calling you, but I call everybody brother. No
Yeah,
disrespect. It's only respect, really.
oh, brothers from
Some
another
some
mother.
people get a little funny about that brother thing, though. If you're not this or that, it's
Yeah, it's
who you gonna call me?
everybody, man.
And I don't mean that. So it's just
Yeah,
that's where I just try to say, hey, no offense, man. I said,
I
that a backward.
even
Go ahead.
many years ago, I come upon. We were talking. And I said, "Hey, brother," he said, "I ain't your damn brother."
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, well, okay. I
Yeah,
say,
a lot of
brother,
people get offended about that.
mhm.
You know.
I'm more like a brother in the human race, a brother in, say like Christ or something like that. We're all
Yeah,
brothers. We're all kind of
yeah.
unified. And if we want to be, if you want to be, I ain't your damn brother guy, then guess what? We are separated already. Damn it. Damn it.
Brother.
Oh, Robert
Hey,
says,
Robert.
that backwards. Shouldn't you accommodate the one not paying attention? Oh, yeah. Oh, about the merging and stuff like that. In a way, yeah. I mean, there's 500 ways to look at the same thing, but it's always good to bring up the other view. Pick a spot, get in, and go. Yeah, I think we were back on the merge. You mean the merging traffic don't have the right of way? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I often wondered about that. Like, I thought I always had the right of way when you came in. I don't remember how it works. They're supposed to move over, but they're not. It's like up to you to find your way to get in. Like if you're on the right-hand side of the road and you got people merging in to that lane, you're not required to move over and make room for anybody. I used to not think that, and I still don't know what to think. I still don't know 100% sure what's correct, but if somebody's got actual facts, that would be nice to know, because I really thought that they have to let you in or try to move over or do something, you know. At one time,
if the fast
I mean,
lane,
it's a polite thing to do. Yeah.
yeah,
But
I mean, if the fast lane's clear, that the traffic should
yeah,
move. Traffic in the right lane should move to the left lane and
right.
let the merging traffic merge.
Correct. Yeah. That's just politeness and manners. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like you know what I mean, right? But like
Yeah, I
what the
mean, if you
legal
got
end
18
is
wheelers, 18 wheelers flying up
Mhm.
next to each other, then they can't move anywhere. You know, what are you going to
Yeah.
do? You got then the merging traffic needs to slow down.
And what is the merging traffic? Is the merging traffic us trying to get onto the interstate when you're referring to merging
Yeah,
traffic?
that's the merging traffic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Quickshoe says, I've been in the background getting firewood, cooking eggs and waffles. Well, I'm ready, man. Let's set the table. Let's set the table.
Firewood.
I know.
Mhm.
Got the got enough for the whole class, as you know, sick would say. Hey, did you bring enough for the whole class? You're gonna talk about that stuff. You gotta, you know, have stuff for everybody. Be safe out there, Sterling Wheel. Yeah, man. Am I that
Yeah,
far
be
back?
safe.
No, we're not. I'm caught up in comments, right? Yeah. As people stop commenting, I think I stopped by to say hi, sir, but I still use ma'am. I stopped saying sir, but I still use ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good, enjoying my day off. That's great. Salty says, I do some accident investigation as a private contractor, as equipment failure, professional witness, and some of them are like scenes from a bad horror film. Mm-hmm. You know, not for me, man. Merging, here we go. Chasing ghosts, merging traffic yields. The ones that are coming in on are yields the right of way to the flow of traffic. Do you not have right of way when
No,
merging?
merging traffic never has right of way.
You do not have right of way of when merging onto the free. So basically, if you're trying to get on that freeway and you can't get in, you need to be prepared to stop or
Yep.
take the soldier. Okay, thank you, Tara. Appreciate you, Ghost. Yeah, I knew professional would chime in on us, and thank you. That's something you got to know as a trucker. You know, you got to know because you can't challenge those either way. You know, well, you're always as a trucker trying to avoid an accident, even if
Yeah.
an asshole who's trying to merge in is trying to bully their way. You know, and there's nothing you can do, and you got 60 foot of space you're taking up out on the road. Now, not a lot you can do. I know I'd be stopping. 38 there, still burning wood in the cave, man, in the man cave. In the cave, man, that works too, right? Man cave, caveman. Oh, it's about that time, you guys, 10:30. I got a couple minutes. Let me see what I got going on today and when. Oh, yep. Yep. Oh, yep.
Hi, Connie. How
Yep.
are you?
Yep. Yeah. I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
I just inhaled that.
Oh,
Yeah, you good too, Ray. You time for a nappy poo, man. You didn't sleep good last night. I know that's no news, but it is a concern.
yeah.
So it's Ray. It's our brother Ray. I can call Ray brother Ray, and he don't get too
You
mad at
can.
me.
Call me anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah. Hey, keep it simple, right? Love is in the air, man. Let's see. Rob's neighbor. Ice on my windshields today. Super cold this morning. These are really bad reports, people. You got a good report? Sick.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let's
It's
fire it
sunny
up,
right
man.
now.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Okay. Unlimited blue.
Low gator count.
Low gator count.
Okay.
And we are presently at
Yeah.
69 degrees.
Hey.
And the high will be 80.
Hey. Well, the high will be higher than that if you're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be bong high.
Without a doubt.
Woo. So yeah, how's Pup doing?
They're doing all right. They're
Yeah.
Come here, Lay. Want to say hello?
Her meds helping her?
Yeah.
Comfort?
Come here, kid.
Yeah, you shared a few little puppy. That's hard to believe, little pup. How you
How's it
doing?
going?
Hey, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
you can see her hind legs. You know, she's not great on the floor. It's slippery,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna put a lot of area rugs down, and we already brought out unmatching area rugs so she
Yeah.
can get into all the rugs.
Yeah. You got all hardwood. Is that why you're talking about slipping and sliding around for her?
Yeah. And
Yeah. It
then
puts
we
more
have
stress on
towels
her
out
because
here, but
if she's trying to avoid that,
yeah,
she's got
she
to
actually is. She
tighten her
actually,
hips more.
when we had
Yeah.
the towels down, she actually stepped on the towels and walked on the area rugs and completely stayed off the linoleum floor.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Rob, for going into that as well. And Tara answered our questions. Still shouldn't run people into the shoulder. No.
No.
Sometimes there's not a, yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
could
kind
say
of
sometimes there's not a,
common sense.
it's them or
Nobody
you,
has that.
you know.
Hello.
But I get you, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you all right, Jay?
All right. Yeah, I got to come down and get some brake pads anyway today. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you.
Cool. Do.
Yeah, I know my keys are
Says
there.
you really want to explain zipper merge law.
Alternate merge.
No confusion. We don't need no confusion here. A zipper, like, yeah, because those zippers alternate too. It's a good, either you knew about it or you figured it out with science.
Yeah. You know, it's just like a roundabout. It's supposed
Yeah.
to alternate merge at a roundabout.
Dude, we have that like where we merge to get on before we get on to the freeway, and a lot of people don't like to exercise that. Let's
No.
take turns. Let's
Take
take turns and
turns?
alternate. Even on a close down into a 2-lane into 1 lane. I hit that too on my way to the freeway. I got 2 of those that come up, and man, people hold their ground, and if you're the one trying to merge in, what can you do? You just got to let them go. Like, and you sit there and you say 3-4 words about them, and get in behind hopefully the next one. And I usually wave, or I say hey, or I say thank you. And you don't see a lot of people do that. Not like trying to make myself, but just part of those manners that we were talking about. You know, it's like crossing the street from the parking lot to go into the grocery store. Do you put a little hustle, a little pep in your step, or do you just like sit there and make extra slow steps and look over at the person who has to wait, you know, in the street, and then you look at your phone some more, and then you're like, you're just taking your time.
I'm more of like get in and get out
Yeah.
kind of person.
Well, I just try to get out of the way is what I'm saying to people waiting in their cars because they have to merge to you. You always have the right of way. But some people are just slow, right? And go extra slow crossing that street. So you can just sit there and be toe tap. They know you're over there toe tapping.
You
You want to get moving. But what I'm saying is I usually put a little extra pep in. I just like it's automatic. I don't go out of my way to not think about not doing that because it's just, I don't know, one of those things, I guess, because I grew up that way. I was told that's the right thing to do. Get your butt moving. Get across the damn street.
In yesterday's video, I was behind a guy right before I made the right-hand turn into my street who was doing 20 miles an hour through the school zone all the way to my block. And then when we got to my block and I made the right, he sped up.
Yeah.
I was behind him in like second gear, barely putting.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing it on purpose. I knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he had his family in the car with him. And I just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to rip him out of the car and beat him.
Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't.
It's hard not to judge people sometimes, you know, and like stuff like what Rob's saying. As a cycle, we should know how being forced into shoulder feels, you know, and some like, and that's the thing. Well, yeah. In general, that's how you should do and how you should be. But if somebody, you know, and we never know, we don't know what the next person's really, what's going on with them. You know what I mean? So yeah, you should just be nice about stuff.
With my luck, he'd probably have a gun and shoot me. So
yeah, that you got that. And I was sitting there to stop, you know, ready to get on. Man, this guy, and I'm a motorcycle, but it's really wide, making a left turn. got a street we have to cross and then get onto the on-ramp onto the freeway. The dude got like right up and he was going to go up and get right beside me. There's not a lane there for him to be. If I was a truck, there was no way, or a car.
Yeah.
And I start looking back at him like, what the hell? And then he pushes on me, bullies me even more. And I'm like, so now I'm like pissed. We're not going to get nowhere, you know? And I'm like doing this, like, what the hell, right? Ended up, I'm reliving the situation here, getting myself all pissy. But yeah, there's those people. So yeah, at that one I might crowd off to the shoulder. Just go, yeah, there you go. There you go. Is it right? Nope. I get bent, none of it's right. So it's like it's hard to be that person that's good.
That's why it's hard to show how bad the traffic is when I speed up the video.
Yeah.
When it's in real speed, you can tell how everyone's just like, you know, zigzagging around, and just everyone's so close to you. Like
you can't tell really nothing on a video. The thing that does make, like when I pass all those cars, right? You've seen many of my videos leaving my shop and taking that shoulder and going around. It looks like I'm like, and sometimes I am, but the perspective on the wide angle makes it look like I should be hitting every car. Boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. You know?
Yeah.
I just don't give you the best view of what's really going on. Rob's neighbor says, my parents are close to Polk City, Florida. Until May, I hope they drag the worm back. Yeah. You up in Dakotas, Rob? I swear I forget where you are all the time. I know you're in the north. That's all that really matters. Zipper merge is what I taught my I'm lost. It's not law in California. No, it's just one of those manner things. Let's see. Blinded me with science. Yep, you know where I was referring that. Roundabouts are garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to use a damn roundabout.
No.
And they put one right in front of the Walmart.
Yeah. And it's like always, it's like an accordion.
Walmart food. Yeah.
Like totally get the accordion effect. Everyone's like, I don't know. Do I go? Does he go? Do you go? Do I go? Does everybody go?
That's like the one right up here. If there's 15 cars coming this way, none of them will stop.
No.
So I pull on out there. I make them stop.
Yeah. I hear you, Thomas.
Yeah. Any opening.
He's empathizing Leia for you. At the hip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's that time. Yeah, Salty says, I waved Mo to just normally a finger at the ones that don't know the rules. Yeah, nowadays you got to back that finger up, you know? And I used to throw those out pretty liberally, and then I had a guy chase me one time. It's freaking nuts. I didn't even tell that story, but it wasn't good. But yeah, it just ain't worth it, man. Just let people go. Bow your head, let them go. They got to carry that crap with them. Salty Badger, I hate roundabouts too. Yeah.
You're not a fan.
Let's get wrapping this up, you guys. I got to get rolling pretty quick. Robert says, haha, sick and beat him.
Yeah, beat him, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, sick. They play the game.
Those days are over.
Called I'll Show You. Yeah. Yeah, it's a horrible games out there, man. Be careful. I seen a dude on YouTube get slammed into intentionally because he shook his head at a crowding driver. Yeah, you forget when you do something impulsive, you're not really thinking about, like, you know, the impact of what you're going to do to another human being at some point, especially if you physically hurt them, you know.
You're not going to win on a motorcycle versus car. You're not going to win.
We've all been the asshole, okay? We've all been the other dude on the other end that we're cursing about. At some point we have. Nobody's holier than thou. I don't think. As I'm like, I always call myself, I always say the grace of God, there goes I. I'm better now. I'm better. I'm not quite as bad, but Mac is, I know. Yeah. He's probably out living life, having a good time, breakfast somewhere, hanging out with Angelique. What do you think? That's what I think. We could take a check on him, though, just to make sure everything's cool.
Yeah.
Motorbomb, Virginia. If you weren't a tattoo, you could have been like a therapist slash counselor. You have that personality to me a little bit. Yeah. Well, thank you. That's kind of commendable. That was I don't know. The only thing I got from that was like when I had to get, don't want to make it about me here, but when I got off the drugs and alcohol, you go in a 12-step program, you get to look at yourself, you get to look at your ego, you get to look at things spiritually, and like learning, the more you learn about your shortcomings and then you're like, you can't be in denial of that stuff and how to replace. I don't know. It was helpful. It helps me. And sometimes it helps a lot of people say that when they're in my chair at work. They come in to get therapy. We talk about real stuff,
Yeah.
Apparently a head shake is a provocation for attempted murder
these
these
days.
days. It is kind of, like, oh, yeah, you're going to get the results, man. You're going to get the results.
Like when I was in high school, no one ever thought of bringing anything to school. Like, I'm trying not to say the word on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no one ever thought of bringing anything to school.
Well,
Oh yeah.
now,
Yeah.
Pews,
No.
no one ever thought about that. Now everyone brings a
Yep.
pew to school. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, you could bring your little personal items, man. If you had a little pocket knife or something like that, that's what your dad, your grandpa's, everything was. You had that, like, well, in the smaller, like I was in a small town, so that was nothing. You have that with you, I mean, you weren't bringing no daggers or switchblades or whatever, but it wouldn't be like you'd be suspended for weeks or kicked out of school.
That's like when I went to my first year of high school, everybody had the pickups, had the gun racks and guns in the back window. Nothing was said.
Yeah.
Video equal
Different
commercial.
world, I guess. I don't know.
I'm tough like
This
a
just
wet
shows
noodle.
how the world has changed.
Yeah.
Now school got metal detectors and guards and like a prison almost.
Automatic locking doors. Like when those doors shut, they're locked.
Yeah.
You can't get in without
being let
ID, birth certificate, your mama's name, and
Well, we could do a whole subject on that, because it pisses me off, that for one, if you don't send your kids to school, you're going to basically go to jail, right? Get in trouble, have some stuff, and then they can't guarantee that they're not going to have a mass murder come through there, or if they had one up the road, and you decide, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, as that shit happens, I hate to say it, but, that's just how it is nowadays. And I don't want to send my kid off to school and then have to worry all day, like, am I going to get to see him again type shit, know? And if you do the preventive mates, and what are they really teaching them at school? You get some social aid, but now social skills are a lot different than they were back then. So, I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Depends upon how you look at stuff. Yeah, you can get some education. You can get set up for college. You can get set up for this and that. But you become part of the system that we all really don't like in a way. But we do need some of those services, like medical stuff. We definitely need medical people in the medical field. For broken arms, busted up bodies, hearts that are not working. All these other things. Could be a lot of it could be fixed with food and taking care of ourselves better and learning how to plant food and do stuff, produce so we could be a healthy society. That would be great stuff in school, because then you have the brain power, you have the feel good about yourself to go out and do a profession and know how to make those decisions because you've had real life experience. You know what you want to do, not this brainwashed other crap that I don't know. Makes me angry. This whole stuff is really not that great. Said an old Mac video, he's supposed to be going 38 miles to get a new front tire for the bike. That was today. You see, you pay attention, Thomas. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I knew he was getting that front tire too, but which day and whatever. Let's see. So many kids brought devices for show and tell and cross. I brought a muzzle loader to school. I brought a
Really?
muzzle loader to school in 1980. That's old Civil Right War, freaking musket, whatever you pack the stuff in. And it was an antique, Yeah, my grandpa shot it. He knew how to shoot it, and he'd have his friends and my dad and all that. They'd shoot it out on the farm. But I brought it in for history class. I asked the teacher. I got an okay. I brought it on the bus. It was not a problem. And when I went to come home I did wrestling after school. So I got on the activity bus, and the dude was pretty freaked out. I was like,
Was
what are you
he?
freaked out about, man? We got carry guns in the gun rack in the back of your freaking trucks and stuff when you come to school. It's not a thing. We all hunt. We're in Minnesota. Guns are, we all, there ain't no ill will.
I'm like, dude, this thing's a muzzle loader. It takes 5 minutes to load this.
Yeah, but I'll have me dropped off by the time.
Yeah, by the time I can load it.
Here, let me get my marbles out. I was playing marbles earlier. We'll do that. Got anybody got a wad?
Yeah.
You got to have that, and you got to have powder and all that. Like, I don't know. You're just an idiot, but I mean, you could do those kinds of things then. See, I was taught fight, not shoot. Throw into my first fight. Yeah. We used to have fights at the lunch, like in school lunch break, just about daily, because it was our entertainment. Somebody was going to fight somebody. We were all going to go outside. We're going to go down to the back alley, and we was going to watch and see who was going to get whooped, or who's going to win. And it was really a regular thing.
I was suspended for a week when I flattened this kid's nose one day.
Brought a lot of drugs to school. You were the good time man. Yeah, well, you had jocks and you had burnouts, basically.
Yeah.
You had people that were into the sports, kept a fairly clean nose, and then you had the burnout guys, that wore the concert shirts, the jean jackets, what they were doing, know.
Yeah. I used to go to the Jerome Ave in the Bronx every day at lunch and come back with treats.
Treats. Hey, look what I got. Well, yeah,
Snacks.
you want to be the man. No one ever brought out a knife or a gun when we were in school fight. Then dust yourself off and it was over. Yeah.
Some good snacks.
The sad part is most schools now have police officers on payroll to protect students from the crazies, and the teachers get paid poorly, but still, and then you can't, there's another thing, if most of the teachers and people there were concealed carry, you wouldn't need that, but and I know, any one of them could go, I guess. They're going to make it look that way in the media anyway, that's a bad thing to do, because they'll produce a teacher to do something like that somehow. I really believe that shit goes on and make it look that way so that, because they want to take your rights away. They want to disarm you as much as possible under well, look what happened over here. Look at that, Well, you're manipulating. It's manipulated news.
One of the
what do I know?
The cops in my town used to call me Snacks.
This is for entertainment purposes only, right?
Yeah.
See, don't want to take responsibility for what you do or what you say. Then if you say that, are we off the hook? Nah. Not even worth saying. Treat them like shit. Yeah. Indoctrination to public schools and universities. Yep. No, you're hitting what I'm talking about a little bit anyway. Yep. Salty Badger agreed. Teaching is and / was noble profession, but now, and the kids are so crazy. Yeah, and they got rights. You're like, boy, that'd make you angry. I don't want to be angry every day. That's why I try to come here and have some fun with you all, huh? You have some fun with me and vice versa. And let's get rolling out of here. It's that time. It's way past that time. Love you all. Peace. Yeah. Have a good day. We'll see some of y'all tomorrow. Try this again. Take care.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for having a wonderful coffee with me, man. It is much greatly appreciated. I think we started the day off right, so just love on your peeps. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them, and just go out, have the best day you can. Spread it out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.